Hi guys, welcome back to PBTV, and we have a very special video today. We finally have the Stribog in stock and available to ship. As you can see, it comes in a very neat package. So inside here you get the SMG itself. We're just going to show a few bits off of it being unboxed because we just want to explain a few factors about it. So when you first open it up, you will find this small Allen key. It is a rear-wired system that does need an Allen key to undo it. Unfortunately, this is not the Allen key to do it. This is specifically to tune the trigger. So you get the magazine and the gun itself. And as you can see at the back, there is a tiny Allen key hole just here. It is a QD sling point. But inside there is an Allen key, a screw, and it is, you undo that, and then this whole top compartment here is the battery compartment. There is a little rubber cap on here. This is purely for protecting the box. You can take that off and you get your charging handle. So out the box, this is how it comes. So when you're looking at these, you may want to factor in a stock system if you not want to just run it on a single point sling. But one that we made earlier, we have added all the necessary bits that you might think you want to throw on here to run it on a game day. So we've thrown one of the 5KU stocks on here. Again, can be folded to the side, out the way, still means it's a very neat small package to put in a case or a bag. And this thing is incredible when it comes to like rate of fire and things like that, especially just on a 7.4. The package that you are getting internally is something to behold, and we're very excited to get this on a field. So working from the front and going to the back, as you can see, we've put one of the new CGS suppressors on here. Underneath that there is a 14mm counterclockwise thread. Obviously out the box it just comes with a thread protector. You can run it like that if you want to keep this thing as short as possible. But we were thinking of playing around with tracers and just seeing how different and how effective it would be, especially in a CQB environment. Usually they're dimly lit, dark, and you want to confirm them hits with tracer BBs. So coming back to the top, obviously we have this monolithic upper. So this is the only external part that is different between the different models when it comes to the Stribog. So there is a Charlie, a basic version that is polymer, and has a standard ETU inside it. So you still have some trigger options, but it is the most budget option. There is then an upgraded one. There's some slightly different gears in here. There is an EAGLE MOSFET, and then there is an Alpha and a Charlie version. So the Charlie version, again, is polymer, but you get all them internal upgrades. The Alpha version, identical internally, but the upper is CNC'd metal. So all depends on what you're wanting to have the end look to be. If you wanted to keep it super lightweight, you can go for the polymer one. Again, it's CNC'd aluminium, so it's not going to be massive different. The only choice that you have is on your budget, especially if you're factoring in that you're going to need a stock and some other bits if you wanted to run this as a shoulderable SMG. Internally, there's a couple of differences. Obviously, we've mentioned the MOSFET going from an ETU to an EAGLE, and also from the basic Charlie version to the upgraded one, they changed the gears as well from an 18 to a 16 to 1, respectively. Apart from that, all the other parts that need to be metal are metal. So the back plate that has the 1913 on it, all the controls, all the buttons, all the things that need to be metal are metal across all platforms. Internally, we do have a 6.03 Tightbore across all models as well, and even in a platform like this, it is a version 2 gearbox. So people that are fans of things like the FREYA and other platforms, Delta Armory, this is basically a FREYA gearbox in an SMG. So you get all them features in a very nice compact package. We have a Riz going across the monolithic upper as well. You can just about see there is obviously a gap running down the Riz because they have put some sort of integral pistol-esque sights. So the little gap here is a cancellation, obviously hidden by the run cam, but there is a very tiny pin sight at the front as well. Looking at controls, obviously we do have the charging handle on the left, and one thing that we have noticed, obviously it is curled and rolls like that, that when you put a grip on it, it almost acts like a little bit of a hand stop. It is non-reciprocating, obviously it's an AEG, so this doesn't move unless you want to cock it, so it almost works like a thumb stop or a hand stop, making it very comfortable to hold on the front end, but racking that back, we do get into the hop system. We've got the rotary style hop, and we do have the upgraded hop in here, so this thing is gonna sling BBs very, very far. Can't wait to see what it's capable of. On the left-hand side, it's not quite a ping pong. You do push upwards on it, and it will drop the shell door closed, meaning that you can do this quite rapidly on the fly, and you can just your hop very, very easily. Even with gloves on, it's quite easy to reach in there and adjust that hop system. Magazine release, we've got multiple different ways of doing it, right, left, or similar to an MP5. So pressing the button on either side pushes the lever forward, and then this removes the 100 round magazine. They are, as far as we know, proprietary at the moment. So we've tried a few others. We've tried like the UTR 45 and ump mags and things like that. Because of the shape of these, you will need Stribog mags to run in this platform. Fire selector, obviously it is ambidextrous as well, and changing it on one side, it just change on both sides. So we have safe, semi, and full auto, and again, with the MOSFET system that's inside here, you can change what that does. So again, you have the precocking to make sure that your round is sat ready and waiting in the hop, so you're getting that instant trigger response that is, even on a 7.4, is absolutely incredible. But you also have other options, like you've got the binary, you've got AUG mode, you've got sniper mode, you've got all these different ones that you can set this thing up exactly how you want for the type of gameplay that you want. Again, what we mean by binary is if you pull the trigger and it fires, when you release the trigger, it fires. A lot of sites consider this the same as full auto. So again, if you're going to CQB, or if there's sort of an urban environment where you're not allowed to use binary in certain areas, just make sure that you've got an option to flick it to semi, because the binary is on the full auto setting. Does give you a lot of options and a good way to save ammunition, because obviously with rate of fire on full auto, you might burn through 5 to 10 rounds, where with binary, you might only burn through 3 to 4 and get the same effective fire downrange at a rapid rate and accurately as well. Obviously, coming to the back, we have put the 5KU stock on here, but it is just a 1913 interface that you can put any RIS style stock on here that you want. Obviously, out the box, it is not supplied with a stock, so we do have a QD sling point just back here, so you can run this like a PCC. Obviously, run no suppressor or anything on it. I do think that these would make an excellent sniper backup. They're not too heavy. We're looking maybe with the metal one a little bit heavier, with over 2 kilos, but the polymer one, the Charlie one, you're just wanting that lightweight SMG that you can fling around or pop up into a more dominant position if you're going into somewhere where you can't use your bolty, like a building, you maybe need to clear a room or two, that this is a bit more than just that panic button of a pistol or a sidearm. It's lightweight enough, it's compact enough that you can quite comfortably carry this around with a bolty on a sling and just have no front and no back on it. You could even drop a small red dot optic with that 100 rounds, comfortable to go, and it will be a definite solid backup to some bolty. Obviously, we've mentioned that this is a version 2 gearbox, so if there are any upgrades you want to do with a version 2, you can do it. And again, we've mentioned the 6.03 Tightbore barrel. Obviously, battery space is at a premium. We have managed to fit a 1000 milliamp and a 1300 milliamp battery in this at various times, but it is this entire section up here. When you take this off, it is a quick change spring at the back. You'll see the back of the gearbox, and then you slide the battery in at the top, plug it in, and then screw it back on. So it does need tools, and there is a block about here that stops it going too far and getting damaged by any moving parts at the front for the charging handle. Again, it is a large enough battery space that you can get a very good sized battery in there. I think we've linked a 1000 milliamp battery that is really, really comfortable and easy to fit in there, but also because you've got a MOSFET, because you've got that protective system in there, your battery is going to be run very efficiently. So you're not going to need a massive battery to run a full day. Maybe 2 if you're a little bit trigger happy and you want to burn through a load of BBs. But I'm very excited to get this thing on the range. I've been waiting for it for a long time. It's a little bit different. It's in sort of that environment of the SMG5, of the UMP, all that kind of stuff, but it's just got a bit of a different vibe with that monolithic upper. Straight mags are always a nice little addition with platforms like this. So what we're going to do, we're going to take this outdoors. It is quite bright outside, so we're going to swap out the suppressor for a tracer unit just so we can see the flight of the BBs in them shadows, and we do have a run cam on here as well, just so we can see what the spread's like, and we're going to take some shots at 30 and 60 meters and just see what this thing is truly capable. So join me in just a second. Right guys, so we've made it outside. We have the Stribog set up with some tracer BBs just so we can see the travel, because obviously we've got the sun in our back, so there's quite a lot of contrast in light down here, so we want to make sure you can see the travel of these BBs. We've set the hop, we've done some test shooting just so we know it's flat, so we're going to do some semi-auto at our close targets, and then we'll try full auto at the far one. So getting nice and easy out there. So full auto at our 60 meter target. Now that's impressive. So that is comfortably hitting that 60 meter man-sized target on full auto with multiple rounds. Normally if you're burst shooting with an SMG and a short barreled like this, you maybe expect half your rounds, 10%, 90%, whatever it is, but every single one on some of them bursts, every single round was hitting that target at the 60 meter range. And again, with this thing set up with the precocking and the snap firing, this is really easy to get fast repeated shots off and then flick, and you can quite easily go to full auto. Very intuitive, very easy to use, very excited to get this thing on the field. So let's head back to the table and just have a little bit of a debrief. So guys, we are back, and yeah, colour me extremely impressed. For an SMG with a short barrel system, to be able to full auto, and like I was saying, like 90% or in some bursts, 100% of them BBs were hitting a 60 meter target. You can't really go wrong with that. Again, we've got the precocking, so that means that this thing's going to work. The snap shooting in CQB, the follow-up shots, all that sort of design aspect that it is designed to do, being an SMG and working through corridors and rooms and doors, but yet you step outside and still being able to comfortably engage people at that distance is absolutely incredible, and I cannot wait to get this on a field. A couple of things that we forgot to mention. Out of the box, obviously we've shown here, there is RIS sections on the left and right fitted to the platform in the box. Obviously on the right hand side and the left hand side you can see that it's M-LOK, and on the bottom it is RIS also. Obviously we've got all the other stocks out here. Obviously we were on about that it doesn't come with a stock, but I think a lot of the guys in the office are kind of preferring that if it came with one of these options. We've got the 5KU that we fitted, we've got the double swing strike, we've got the MCX one, various other 5KU different styles, that if it came with one of these fitted and it wasn't the one you'd like, it's kind of worse than it not coming with one. So with all these options and all the various options that we haven't got here, it gives you the absolute customization that every time you see one of these, it's going to be slightly different and it's going to be yours. So I think it is a positive, and I'm very excited to hit the field with this weekend. We're going to go out as a team and hit a field and just put some cameras on this and just see what it's really capable of at the end user's situation and put it to the test. So let us know down below how you'd set these up. Obviously they're available in black, green and tan on the lower receiver. The upper is just always a mono colour of black. But would you set these up with a stock? Do you prefer just to run it as a sling? Would you run something on the front, or do you want to keep it super short in that SMG format? And how would you run your optics on here? We've just thrown a little basic red dot. Would you like to see a Hydra system, an OGL, a dot, a flip-up, a magnifier? Would you go even lower with the types of stocks that you can run on this? You could get a really low cheek weld on this and even just run something like an RMR. Let us know down below, and as always, hit the like button, subscribe, do all that algorithm good stuff. It helps us out massively because we love making these videos for you, and that just keeps adding to the system. That is everything for today. As always, thank you very much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one with the Stribog hitting the field very, very soon. In a bit.